What is up, everybody? It is the Tuesday after Grand Rapids. So if you guys were there this weekend, it was a heck of a show. Maybe one of my favorites of the tour. What's up, John? Mainly because we had some old songs, and it was my last Double Down tour of the year. I did about maybe 21 shows this tour. I got very lucky to do that. Won't ever happen again. But it was a lot of fun, this tour. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed everybody I met. I got to see some really cool things, a lot of first-time stuff. So if you guys saw the video this past weekend that they released on Eric's site on Sunday, it's more than just music. And this weekend, we kind of in Grand Rapids found out that it is more than just music. So during the Friday night show, we got to see something really cool happen right at the end of some of it. And I've never seen it happen before. And I'm sure you guys have all heard about it. So what I did, since we do our 5-minute review, is I went out and found them. So we're going to go ahead and bring the lucky parents on right now. Let's see. I found my button here. All right, Audie and Kyle. Come on, guys. Let's bring you guys on. There you guys are. How you guys doing? So that was so cool this weekend, guys. I got to say, first off, congratulations. Don't know how you're going to do 2 girls, dude. I got a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old boy, so 2 girls are gonna be wild for you.
Nervous.
That's for sure. We our son is only 17 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's only gonna be about 20 months when the twins come.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna have 3 under 2. So we're definitely scared.
We're in it. Yeah.
But
So what you guys? I know we were talking a little bit before we went online or on live. You guys said that if Eric didn't do it, it was gonna be a surprise. So what made you when did you decide we're going to put all this together and take it to Eric Church?
It all the idea came up back in May when we first found out we were pregnant. And I didn't think it was ever going to happen. I thought there was no chance.
He wanted to give it to a bartender after the show. He was like, we'll go to a bar. It'll just be the 2 of us. And I'm like, nah.
I wanted to find out so bad because we didn't find out with our first kid.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to know, and I thought we knew it was twins, obviously, and I figured, well, with twins, we're going to need all the information we can get.
I have the best ideas at 3 a.m. when I can't sleep.
Sounds like my wife.
Yeah, it came into my head that I was going to be now 5 months pregnant at the Eric Church concert in the pit because we wanted pit passes so bad.
Mm-hmm.
We got pit passes, and then I was like, I'm going to be there, and it's going to be a long show. And I'm like, this is when we should do the gender reveal. And that was my... kind of like my ultimatum, like it's either Eric Church or it's nothing. And
that's so cool.
Leading up to it, there was like, it's probably going to be nothing.
So I saw during Drinking My Hand, he was walking around. I thought you guys, I just saw a big old yellow envelope being held up. And I really couldn't read what was on it, but I saw him look down at you guys at one point and point. I was right across the walkway from you guys. And I'm like, the minute I saw it during some of it, I saw him grab that envelope and then start walking around. That's why I threw my camera on. And I didn't really know who it was. That's why I went on the official page. Yeah. I'm like, if this ain't you guys, I got a really cool video for you. Let me get it to you. So I'm trying to find some more pictures to throw up.
Yeah, when he held onto the envelope for so long during it, and then he kind of was shaking it, and I was like, I couldn't tell if he was just messing with us or like he was trying to get the ultrasound pictures to shift down in there. But he had asked us if we were serious and if we really knew, and I stood back and showed him my belly, so. Yep, it's for real.
I think he was as excited as you guys were. I mean, this is something really, it was something really cool for him, and it's just like it's what's going on now with everything on this tour. It's just everything's been coming together so family oriented out there, and it's trickled down to his choir, and it's cool to see like people bringing the kids. Now you guys are bringing before the kids are ever born, doing the
right.
Everything coming together it's more than just music with this guy, and I just love it. I love being a fan and part of it. So
I really like during Boots, that kid was able to sit on stage with him and like sign all the boots and stuff. I mean, that's really cool. And there was like a 5-year-old, I think, and maybe a 4-year-old in the pit. And I was like, that's the way to do it. They had their, headphones on and everything like that. But we were rocking out with the rest of us. So
I'm trying to get my wife to let me take my son one of these days. He's 5. She said next tour, so we'll see. So I took him to like little fan club parties, but that's all I've taken him to so far.
Right.
But besides the awesome moment you guys had, just tell me about the show. I mean, how many shows of Eric's have you seen? I know you did both shows in Detroit, you said. This is your third show, or did you guys see him before Detroit?
Yeah, we go to the Kenny Chesney show every year.
Okay.
So he played with Kenny 2 years in a row, which we saw.
We saw him at the Palace.
The Holding My Own tour we saw.
Yep.
I saw him at a local festival here probably 7 years ago or so in Lansing called Common Ground.
Okay, I remember that.
I think total I've seen him 8 times.
Nice.
Yeah, one last, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's my wife's. Well, she's about a third of mine. I just hit 164, and she's at like 50, so she's getting up there. But I saw him. I forgot what town it was. It was like a racetrack. It was like a B93 birthday bash. He played. It was like Aaron Lewis.
Yeah.
I forgot who else was there.
Yep.
I would never go back to that place again.
Worse. I think they stopped doing that because it was so awful. But
so bad.
But yeah, he had played like the local shows, and I was unfortunately I had to miss it, and he went with my brother, and then he was like, "This is he came home with like CDs after that, and I was like, "This is."
What song got you guys hooked?
I think I was a big fan, but I think the big one that really for me put him over the edge was Springsteen.
Okay.
And I think ever since then, I've just been a huge fan.
Carolina is one of my favorites. Over When It's Over. I mean,
he was Carolina Friday, but he took out the set list for another song I saw, or was it? I think it might have been for Longer Gone, maybe.
Okay.
When he did that song on Friday.
There were so many. Actually, I was driving to work on Monday. I'm like, man, I didn't hear this. I didn't hear this. I'm like, really should have gone like the second night so we could have heard those songs. And and you do hear so many of them, but like I wanted one of his songs to be our wedding song. And
which one?
Oh God. Not Love Your Love the Most.
No,
You Make It Look So Easy.
Yes. Oh, yes. Nice. My mom and we danced to Like Jesus Does for our first song.
My friend had taken that one.
Nice.
A couple months before us, so
my buddy, him and his mom did Sinners Like Me, and he did a shot right in the middle of it. I'm like, now that's what I want to do.
That's cool.
So other than your big moment during, after some of it, what was your highlights of the show Friday night?
For me, that was our first time having pit tickets and being so close. And just watching him with the way he interacts with the fans during the whole show, it was just amazing to me.
I had to say the opening. What was it? What was the opening song?
That's Damn Rock and Roll.
That's Damn Rock and Roll. Watching him and Joanna Cotton go like face to face and just rock out with each other, like as the very song, it just like really like set the mood and being so close. Like I have a video of them just. In each other's faces, I thought that was amazing, and it set the tone for the show for me. But even when we were in Detroit and we were in the Upper Bowl, I had just as good of a time at the concert then, and I felt so engaged in the conversation or concert, even way up there. That
it doesn't matter how big the place is. His energy fills the whole room.
He just, it's crazy because I love sitting far away. Like Saturday night, I went to the show. I sat all the way up in the top corner, last row, and just watched it all. It was my last show of the tour. I wanted to kind of take it all in. And I did that for the Nashville show too. I sat all the way the furthest away from the stage you could get because I was there when he played the bars of like 10 people. So like sitting back and watching this, it's kind of cool to see it all, see the show and the crowd together. Because I never dreamed it to be this big. I always wanted it to be that big, but never thought it would. But it's pretty cool. So
when we were in the pit, we just walked in there. I was like, "Oh my gosh, there's going to be so many people here!" And then when I saw a video or like a picture of him holding up the gender reveal sign, I saw everybody in the background. It didn't even dawn on me that I just cared about him. It didn't compute in my head that I was like, "Oh, also 10,000 people are going to see these ultrasound pictures."
Yep. Especially when Whiskey Riff posted and it goes viral. I think I posted or I shared my Eminem video with them from Detroit when he did Lose Yourself. And I think it hit like 150,000 views in a week. I'm like, whoa, okay. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for coming in and spending some time with me tonight. Congratulations again on the 2 girls. Dude, drinks on me next time I see you. I'm buying the first round. So I appreciate you guys. So take care and take care. And it was really nice meeting you guys and talking with you guys tonight.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. So that was amazing this weekend to see all that go down and just to see how that took place. Yeah, I did. Yeah, well, congrats to them. Seriously, that's really cool to see that, and it's cool to bring it to the show. I know a lot of people complain about the banners and the flags and the boots and the jack and this and that, and they say things start, and it catches on. I remember back in the day, Memphis, Beale Street, BB King's Eric signed a pregnancy test. I don't know if it was used or not. I hope it wasn't, but I have a photo of Eric Church signing a pregnancy test on stage. So, it's just cool to see all this. So now it is time for our main event tonight. So when I was putting all these shows together and seeing how I wanted to kind of come out of the gate swing, and I wanted some of the big heavy hitters on my show. So Carla, Sweet Caroline, Lee, Corey, all the ones I've had so far. Spencer last week, they've been great. They're all buddies of mine since '06. Well, after that, the fact around the Chief record, before the Chief record, a lot of new fans were coming around, and we haven't had many newer fans, as what people want to call them, on the show or anything else. But that's why I want to bring you one tonight. So I got my buddy Mr. David Weber on, and here he comes. I'm excited to talk with him. Boom, there he is.
What's going on, guys?
Weber. So
gals.
This has been coming for a while. We've needed to talk for a little while. I haven't talked to you for a bit.
Been a little bit. A lot of work travel.
Yeah, you're all over the place for work. So tell me where your Eric journey started. I know you said around 2010-ish or so. Like,
yeah, 2010, July of 2010, he played in Power and Light in Kansas City, and that was probably my first exposure. I mean, I had listened, but not really ever seen any shows, and from there, progressive year to year, got more and more. I think I'm at 13 this year, maybe. So
nice. So how many are you overall?
What's up?
How many shows have you seen overall?
The Second Gorge is 37.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I'm new. I'm a newcomer, relatively speaking. So I got some ground to make up.
I didn't know my wife had you beat
now. Nice.
I realized I had an intro song for both of you guys. I never even played it. I do this every week. I always forget music. All right, let's see. I'm going to see some of these pictures you sent me. So tonight's chat's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be cool.
What was the intro song, just out of curiosity?
For you?
Yeah, what was it? Or do I want to know? Okay.
I figured you like that one. So
that's good.
Picture up. Actually, I might have to take that picture down. I didn't know you. Sorry. I saw a picture. I'm like, yeah, you might not want that picture posted. Somebody's in it. Never mind. All right. So you said it started 2010, Power and Light, Kansas City.
Kansas City. That picture there is a few days before my birthday. You think you were at the show. It was St. Louis. And I totally wasn't going to go to the show. Then I got picked for meet and greet because I had a Sunday wedding at 9 o'clock. So I had to get up at 3:30 or 4 to leave St. Louis to get back to Kansas City for the wedding. And then this letter, the Fan Choice Award, some of the cool stuff is just the stuff that you get, not stuff that you buy. And this was so they had sent an email out when you get chosen for the fan club for the meet and greet, and there was 5 questions. How long have you traveled to a show? I forget what all the questions were, but I remember thinking, I'm not going to answer these. He's not going to read them, but I did. I took the time, probably took like a half hour, wrote out answers for all the questions, and when I got there, are you Dave Weber? Yes. Here's an envelope. So then I think Marshall came up to me, pulled me to the back of the line. And everybody in line's just kind of like, whoa, what's this? What's going on? So, got to the end, all the Blues jersey, and he's like, oh, did you read my letter? And so he's like, don't tell me what song you want to hear. I'll come find you. I have a video of it somewhere. It's pretty funny because Marshall calls him out. He's like, our stage goes left. He's like, other way, dumbass. It's all audible. Like, you could hear it all. It's fantastic. So that's what that letter.
What Eric would do without Marshall.
Oh man,
Eric would be lost without Marshall, I
think. He's like, how many shows you been to? Where are you from? And it was cool. So stuff like that, that was pretty cool.
So tonight with Weber, we're going to concentrate more on the memorabilia side of Eric Church. I mean, every week you guys see a wall of stuff behind me. Other than myself, Chris Johnson, David Weber, well, Jeremy Payne. David Weber is probably one of the biggest memorabilia collectors I think we have in the choir. There's really not much that he doesn't have. I'm trying to point.
And where's your paper mache dolls?
They're over here. They're over here. He's been trying to get my Carolina lyrics for a while from me, so I should just put them right here for you, so you have to look at them all night. Actually, this right here is yours. You do know that, right?
Oh yeah, nice.
I got to mail that to you. I made a bet with Weber at the gorge on my birthday. I said, hey, if you run for me, because I'm fat, you're running fast, and get me front row, I'll give you my extra I had. So he did. So I'm giving him my extra, right? These are nice too.
Yeah.
Ain't giving you a bottle with it though.
I got a couple extras laying around.
So of all your memorabilia you've ever collected from Eric Church, what has been probably your most prized possession you own?
Man, that's hard. The guitar is pretty cool. The Epiphone guitar. I think I sent you a picture of that one. That one's pretty cool. I don't remember where that came from. It was a Grammy item or something. It was an auction item, and somebody was selling it. Yeah, and somebody was selling it, and basically it was one of those deals that if you ever get rid of it, call me. And so I have the person's information. It's one of those things, because one of the things you get things from people in the group, and you want to pass them on to other people in the group, or the people that you got them from that would want them back. So there's quite a few of those things, like the Opry poster I got from a guy. He is now wanting that back from me, because I guess he went to the show with his brother, and his brother's passed away, and so we're talking about that.
I got a photo of that poster we'll pull up here in a little bit. So this guitar it's kind of like the one he's played on, like Outsiders, or he played it at one of the award shows, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. I think it's like a Grammy. The paperwork comes with it. It was like an auction piece for like one of the Grammys or something. So
you can tell us what it cost you.
Have to dig it out. Yeah.
I can only imagine what that thing cost. John's actually asking what the Carolina lyrics is. Actually, right behind me, it's kind of hard to take off the wall, so I'm not going to take them off the wall. They're Carolina and Sinners lyrics. They're handwritten by Church in pencil, I believe, and then numbered out of 100. They probably came out in what, 09, 010, or 2010, probably 2009, 2010-ish. They were just kind of like their special items that they do once a year, like the record players, everything else. But one year it was the limited edition lyrics. You really can't find them anywhere. I've never seen any resale lyrics.
I've never seen one of those come up. And they're what, numbered out of 50? Was there 50 of them?
Out of 100.
Oh, 100. Okay. Well, I know where to find one. I just got to find my way up to Chicago area.
So it's kind of hard to see, but it's just a little piece of paper, hand signed.
That's a copy of it, right? A print of it.
The lyrics are copied, but the signature and the number is his.
And is it in pencil? Did he sign it in pencil?
Yeah.
If I remember right, yeah. That's pretty cool. Definitely a unique item for sure.
Sorry, got caught up. He says he's pretty sure he has 3 tucked away. There you go, Weber.
Oh, really? We can talk. I don't know, man.
You'll probably be getting a message from Weber after the show. So you think the guitar? You're gonna go with the guitar of all your pieces you have?
Yeah, I mean that letter's pretty cool too, because you can tie it to an experience. Mm-hmm. And it's not really, a lot of the stuff's not really about the value more as it is like just sentimental type of stuff. So I don't know. I think that letter still might be the prize. I want to get it framed up and put the "How About You" 45 record in there and kind of do all that, because it came in a really cool silver envelope too with the Chief emblem on it, like his own personal stationery. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Look at that. You got something I don't have now. That's pretty legit though, man. I mean, I didn't know it came in all that. So yeah. John said message him, Weber. So
Okay.
make sure you message him after this. I mean, if he has one, you might have found out.
Oh, no doubt. What are you looking for? I know you're looking for the boxing gloves. I think we all know what your most prized possession is. Yep.
So I'll lean one way or the other, but yeah, that has to be mine, dude. I mean, I got some really cool, like sentimental things, like the boots I have back here, and just a couple other things. But yeah, that guitar, I don't know, that's pretty cool.
That's sweet.
So with the Springsteen 45, when did you get this thing signed? Was it
I think that was Chicago. I think.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I just had
the most rarest piece of Eric Church memorabilia.
mine.
If you had to say one thing, but no, that's out there, like the rarest item that's out there.
That Fan Club White 45 is pretty rare, and then I got the #1 Red Rocks foil variant out of the 20 for that set. So yeah, that's pretty sweet. I don't know. Yeah, probably say that record year vinyl is pretty rare, but that white, I've only seen that white Fan Club one once, maybe twice.
Yeah, that's the one I got for you, right? I found.
Yep.
So yeah, so I totally thought I had the white Fan Club vinyl. One came up, and my buddy was selling it, and I'm like, hey, I know someone looking for it. I'll buy it off you. So I bought it off him, gave it to Weber, sold over to Weber to find out I never had the white. So
yeah, but the yellow is essentially the same. I mean, because I wonder if there's the same amount of. I never heard whether the white and yellow, if it was equally, because there's 50, 100 people, so I've definitely seen more yellow than I have white.
Yeah, white's been kind of rare and out there.
Unicorn.
Sorry, I had to write down. I need one more question for your hot seat later, and I just
I can't wait.
You just helped me get it, so we're good on that. So you got the guitar. Did you ever get a record player? One of Eric's record players?
I did get a record player, and I'm kind of ashamed to say it. I bought it secondary from somebody, but it's probably the only one I've seen come up. It's number 37, I believe. It's blue, and it doesn't have the Skullstein. It's got the black and white and gray kind of like camo background, or in the topper, and it's a blue deck.
Yeah, John's actually asked if we ever seen the CD promo from Sinners. Yeah, it had the 2 discs. One side was the video for How About You. I'm pretty sure the other one was the Sinners CD. I got that up here on the wall. And you have one of those, Weber, don't you?
I think so, yeah.
Here we go. So, Zach, let's talk about this for a second. What made you? So, Zach, Weber is the man who brought the Chief jersey the night the Chief played KC. So, what drove you? I mean, we saw Spencer do it in Green Bay. We saw another one in San Francisco for Golden State. But what drove you to do it, man?
I don't know. I was trying to think of something unique, and I know the jerseys have done before, so it's not like a first-time thing. But Kansas City's pretty well known for their fans, and thought it would be fun. Put Chief on the back of the jersey. I figure he'd probably play along, and he was a really good sport. He wore it pretty much the rest of the night from when he played, hometown. And it's pretty cool. It's doing the tomahawk chop, and somebody, maybe Sheena, gave me a video of it, him, the whole arena, and that's probably been my favorite Friday night shows that I've seen on the tour so far. Like there's definitely a lot of energy, and it was just cool to see him grab it and rock it the rest of the night. So
hell yeah, that's actually one of all the shows this tour, I think I regret the most. I think I regret the most was KC, because the posters were amazing. Maybe the best posters of the tour so far. But yeah. Well, even Johnson, yeah, it's hard to keep track of everything, dude. Like I have totes. Of stuff that I just have to put away. It's hard to see what's all out there.
Well, yeah, and then until you start going through stuff, and you're like, oh yeah, I have this, or I have extra of this, or Yeah.
It goes back to talking about the White album, the White Fan Club album. I thought I had it. I was like, all right, yeah, I got it. Let's get one with Weber. Then like, oh well.
Hey, I know a couple of things that you have that I want. We can talk later.
Hey, John, let me talk to you about one of those signed lyric sheets.
Yeah.
I want to get the White album back. So, I do have another question I was going to ask you on memorabilia, but we're going to save that for later. That's one of my hot seat questions.
Great.
So we'll save that for later. So tell me about the shows. I mean, you're talking about how Friday night was a good show in KC. Do you have a favorite show that you've seen?
Oh man, Red Rocks was pretty amazing. The Gorge, just those venues, those outdoor venues, and the Opry. I didn't see him the last time he was there, but it was the time before. Went down with my brother-in-law, and that's always a special place. Just the acoustics, the sound, him and a guitar, and man, it just. I don't know, those venues. Really like Durant, Oklahoma too. It was just a smaller venue, and the way it was set up, kind of standing on the sides, the pit came out. I don't know, man. They're all just a little bit different.
Yeah, the Gorge was amazing. What's up, Will Owen?
It was unbelievable. Just go up top, kind of look down on everything, and we did that. Red Rocks too.
Well, were you pit both nights? Yeah, you were pit both nights. So we did.
Yeah.
I had to go on Friday night at the Gorge. I had to because there's no way I was driving to the Gorge. 50 some hours we drove, and not seeing the view from the top of the lawn. I mean, I just wanted to see that view, and I think Friday night was. I don't want to say a spiritual show, but like seeing that view and Eric and everything. Friday night at the Gorge was just amazing. It was amazing. It probably. Top 3, top 4. Saturday was awesome, but yeah, Saturday was just a fun show.
Well, and I'm sure for you being around for so long, some of the older shows are a little bit more rowdy and not that these aren't, and there's not energy, but they just, little different world a little bit.
It is. I mean, it's so rowdy. I mean, we used to have a saying we went to a fight and an Eric Church show broke out. It was almost true on Friday night in Grand Rapids, though. There was almost a couple. Johnson had to break a couple things up. So, thank you. He was there to do that. But I wasn't in the pit Friday night. I just heard about it. But I heard it was a pretty bad pit Friday night in Grand Rapids. A lot of pushing, shoving. And, I mean, it's not fun for anybody. Why? I mean, people just, why push and why shove? We're all going there. We're all going to have a good time. Whatever.
Well, and I think that's, for the most part, the exception instead of the rule. Because it's like, how many shows have we been to last couple years, and it hasn't been that way. I mean,
everybody's able to work together. I mean, it's still general admission always, and everybody works. Normally when we're all up front, we work together. Okay, where do you guys want? Let's do this and let's work together to get down there. So that's the way to go. I mean, but now, God, I think my waiting all day is over, man. I'm too old for that stuff.
Especially when it's 5 degrees outside in Chicago or Kansas City or St. Louis. I don't understand why they don't flip it around and go from warm to,
Eric
go
always
Florida, go south
or desert
during the winter.
Yep. I mean, they're always playing some cold shows. So if you guys are just tuning in about halfway through at 8:30, we are live with David Weber. He has been a church choir member since 2010. He's from the Kansas City area. And like I was talking earlier about memorabilia collectors, he's one of the biggest memorabilia collectors I know. He actually helps me with Johnson and a couple others run the Joint buy, sell, and trade group for Eric Church. So if you haven't looked up the Joint yet, go check out the Joint. It's where we kind of, you want to talk about the Joint a little bit? I didn't put that on my list, but we could talk about that page. So I think you suggested it, didn't you? Another band that does that?
We talked about, and I think you were the one that actually we came up with the Joint, just because from the Outsiders tour having that, and a good place for people to kind of, if you're looking for something or if there's something you want to trade, or I think we've definitely been getting a lot more traction lately. It seems like there's a dozen people every time.
We have some strict rules. We try to follow like HQ's rules in a way.
Right.
We do keep some strict rules. We try not to especially tickets. You can't sell tickets over face value. Now, when it comes to memorabilia and stuff, I mean, we could sit here for hours and talk about the amount of money we've both probably spent on memorabilia, but we really want to try to watch, especially the joint, like where people aren't getting ripped off. You'll see a lot of times where people are trying to sell stuff for high amounts of dollars, and it's not really worth it. I mean, Eric Church memorabilia sells. That's one thing I've always noticed. His autographs, because he really doesn't sign much. You get a pre-signed thing at the meet and greet, and then during the show, you'll be lucky if you grab something here or there. But there we go. I was looking for a photo. So yeah, there we go. There's what Weber runs. Who else do we have? We have Johnson, you, Jeremy
on there. He gets us forward.
We each kind of have our own little like niche of what we do. Johnson handles all the posters. I think you're the ticket guy, and Kara's saying they're tough in the Midwest. They're talking about they're talking about Omaha being negative 15 or 11 day of the tour.
Was so miserable trying to cross the street after that show, and it was just sheets of ice. Oh man!
We had an ice storm on that Saturday. There was an ice storm in Omaha.
Yeah, and then the next day was equally as cold, but nobody started lining up, and we were in the lobby bar across the street at the hotel hanging out. So yeah, that was a cold one.
No pun intended. Right? So yeah, the joint is a buy, sell, and trade area for Eric Church. We really try. It's active. It's not as active as I like to see it. I like to try to move more stuff over there. So like if Old Friends, Old Whiskey, if you're on that page, we don't allow any selling or anything like that. We send you straight to the joint, and we try to keep everything on the joint set for if you're looking for any memorabilia, it goes on there. And it's a good place where all the stuff is on one spot. So if you're looking for anything, Eric Church, you can go on there and say in search of this kind of item. If anybody has it, they really quick to give you a pretty fair price on it. It's not eBay, so it's a lot less than eBay, but it's market value for different memorabilia. Like I said, tickets, not $1 more over face value on that site. So everything else we kind of judge with market value. Some people ask what market value is. Well, the way I judge it, and I did this in the sports world, I used to do a lot of sports memorabilia, and I kind of brought this to the joint, but I'd go to eBay. And I would see the last 10 times in this item sold online. I would divide it by 10 and get an average price. And that would be your market value. And that's where I would say, okay, that's what this is worth. If you had one, I think some stuff is sold for pretty cheap on eBay. What was it recently?
Well, there was a white signed fan club vinyl that sold for $60. I mean, that's been a couple of years ago, but yeah, that's some of the stuff. And then you get the bobblehead that's on there for $1,000. It's like, yeah, it's a pretty limited item, but $1,000 is pretty.
Someone posted on one of the Facebook pages say for $600, which is more reasonable, but I think the bobbleheads were going for probably around like $300-400.
Mm-hmm.
There's only like 1,000 of them made.
But they're hard. Those are other items that don't come up very often. Those are tough.
So yeah, I mean, so rare items, everything else, you'll find it on the joint. If you guys check it out, if you haven't joined yet, join. We'll approve it. We pretty much approve all posts over there. Anybody joining the group, we approve. We try to keep it ran really tight, and we don't want anybody to get screwed. If anybody trades anything, we make sure there's tracking numbers. We can kind of follow the process of everything. We can kind of, we don't really offer insurance for anything, but we kind of try to make sure that everybody follows the rules and do what they're supposed to do. Alex wants to know about the paper dolls now.
Yeah, pull those out.
You want me to?
The dolls. It's pretty quality craftsmanship if you haven't seen the dolls yet, and Shriver's really proud of them. Talk about rare and obscure, off the wall, crazy Eric Church related. Yeah, he can tell you about these.
Hold on. This is pretty bad. Well, I'll move them back here in a minute. So these things, Alex, if you want me to tell you about them. Oh, Green Essentials went for $500 on eBay, Johnson said. That's crazy.
Unbelievable.
So a lot of these are falling off here, like the apple fell off a long time ago. So the certificate of authenticity is right here. This is from, there should be a date on 2008. December 12th, 2008. It was a thing they did, Project Paper Doll for, was it Vanderbilt? Monroe Carroll Jr.'s Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt. Yeah, the doll. So Eric and Catherine created this doll in 2008 for a charity event at the Vanderbilt Children's Memorial Hospital. And he went with the Adam and Eve's theme. So there's a snake up here in the tree somewhere, probably hanging down around here. Yeah, there's his mouth right here. So there's a snake down there, but Eric and Catherine pretty much created this whole thing, which is amazing. But
how did you get it?
There's the back of it, what they put on the back of it.
Signed.
So it's supposed to be like the Children's Memorial Hospital logo at Vanderbilt. It's on a wood plaque, but these are wood paper mache doll or wood dolls. So, but yeah, it was an auction, and I think I won it for $200. 2008. That is the creepiest thing. I wonder if Eric ever remembers this thing. Like, it's just so crazy. It's pretty. It's not light either, but he signed it on the back and put 2008 EC on it.
You paid $200 for wooden dolls?
Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen one of these since 2008? Other than my place. So
probably a 1 out of 1, I would imagine.
I'd probably get more than $200 for it if I wanted to sell it, which I never would. I mean, so I would never sell it, but one of these days I might have to have Eric come and touch it up or something. So, but yeah, they're creepy. Let me put them back on a second. Yeah, they had a bunch of different. There's probably about 20 different artists that created these paper mache dolls or these dolls, and they all put up for auction. Well, Eric was only on the scene for 2 years at that point, so nobody really was bidding on Eric Church paper dolls. They were looking at the Keith Urban ones, or yeah, I think it was Keith Urban. I forgot who else was on there. But there you go, Alex. Yeah, Garrett, we're still talking about them today. Yeah, we do. But yeah, if you're not on the joint, make sure you get over, check out the joint. It's a really cool Facebook page. Like I said, we try to keep everything by the book. We try to follow all rules over there and make sure it's legit buy, sell, trade, and nobody's getting ripped off or screwed or anything like that. So we're definitely, if you
I think we've been pretty good. I don't think we've had too many really.
One issue that was taken care of like within 2 days. Johnson had messaged someone. I think Johnson had a message a guy. Johnson, if you're listening, let me know. But he had a message.
Johnson's the enforcer.
Yeah. Well, no, Jeremy was the enforcer, I think.
Oh, that's right. Jeremy's the enforcer. Yeah. That's right.
Johnson or somebody had a message a guy because we had one guy that kind of went off. I was supposed to make a trade or something, and we never got his end, but it worked out. We figured it out. We followed through with it. So, like I said, we'll fight for you. We can't give you money back, but we'll fight for you over on the joint. So you said you're thinking Red Rocks is probably your favorite.
Yeah, Red Rocks and the Opry was pretty special. It was, a shorter, not a full set and full show, but he definitely played over and into the second when the second group was supposed to go on. But yeah, Red Rocks was probably just the vibe, the acoustic.
Wasn't it like a Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Monday, Tuesday when you did Red Rocks?
Show. I think it was a Wednesday, Thursday, or a Thursday, Friday.
It wasn't a Friday. It was like midweek or something. If it was a Thursday, Friday, I think I was going to go. We were going to try.
Maybe it was a Tuesday, Wednesday. But yeah, I went. That's my brother-in-law there, and he. I was talking to Shriver a little bit before we came on. I had been pretty fortunate to get 3 meet and greets in less than a year, and I actually got one for Red Rocks, and I was down there and they weren't checking any IDs, and this is before they started doing 2 per pass. And I called my brother, or my brother-in-law, and I said, get down here. And so I took the sticker off and gave it to him, and he was able to go through and meet him, and it was pretty cool. He was pretty
yeah, it was his first time meeting him.
Yeah, first time meeting him. I think he'd seen him probably maybe a half a dozen times, because him and I went down to the Opry, and then we did Red Rocks. So him and I will take a road trip usually probably once a year and go see a show.
Is that the one that lives here in Chicago?
No, that's my oldest brother. My brother-in-law, Nick, married to my sister. They're here in Kansas City. So he's a big church guy too.
trying to go through all
Think
these
about
photos.
that one.
See what I can find. Oh, I hate this picture. I hate that picture, but it's so funny. Hardy is Hulk Hogan. That was before. Was that Austin? No, that was the Woodlands. That was the Woodlands.
It was the Woodlands. It was the Woodlands because we went to that.
You even worked there.
Because we went to the bar beforehand. Yeah, that was the Woodlands. That was fun. Yeah, didn't Staples jump out? Staples was supposed to dress up too, and then he didn't.
Yeah, he was going to be Ric Flair.
Yeah.
He chickened out. He didn't go with Ric Flair.
Hardy pulled it off pretty well.
Oh, Hardy, Hulk Hogan, Hardy, man, he's gonna be on the.
He rocked it.
He's doing my Christmas show with me.
Oh, is he really? That's cool.
Johnson's saying that Opry show was after Haggard died, after Merle died.
Okay, yeah.
So that was
cool.
Yeah, Kara, that was a fun night,
Cool.
dude. So, God, I forgot his name. I'm bad with names. I'm really bad with names. Maki is his last name. If you ever see that name, I'm pretty sure that's his last name. He stood at the door of this bar. He's like a big looking biker dude. I think he had a bandana on, and everybody that walked up, ID, and they're like, how did it happen? Then he carded an employee there, and the employee looked at him like, do you work here? And he goes, yeah, I need to see your ID. She actually pulled her ID out of her purse. And she was a picture or a employee. No, there's the wife. She's saying hi, Weber.
Hi, Jillian.
Get the picture out with Jeff, Jane is saying.
Picture out with Jeff. Which picture? I'm trying to think of. Did I send that to you or no?
I don't think you sent it to me.
I don't know if I have.
No, put it on that Facebook chat, and I could post it up. Which one is she talking? Oh, yeah, I don't think I have.
With Jeff, remind me here. Which one?
You gotta remind him, Jane.
I'm looking for it.
So remind him. As you remind him, we're gonna move on to something else. So,
or does she have that photo? I don't know. I'll have to look and see if I can find it.
Oh, she said her dad.
Oh, I'll look for it here. Go ahead. I'm gonna see if it's.
So I always, whenever I have guests on, I always go to their profile, their Facebook profiles. I'll dig.
Oh, here we go.
I'll dig through them. I'll find something interesting, maybe like an interesting fact I don't know about them, or just something maybe cool that they've done that I didn't know they did, or I don't know. But so when I was digging through Weber's, I found actually something really freaking interesting and really cool.
I don't know if I want to know.
Do you have any idea what you think I'm going to pull up right now?
I'm kind of scared to ask. Although I don't. Oh, yeah.
When were you on Pawn Stars?
Hair.
Never known this.
This was probably 3 or 4 years ago. Probably 4 years ago. I don't know. I got that painting on eBay, and Woody Woodpecker is probably my favorite cartoon of all time. And done by Walter Lantz, like the year after I was born. He did a Surf Rider series. It's 3 different ones of him on a surfboard. One's never been for sale. The other one's in the FBI database is stolen. And there's this one, which
I saw something about the FBI stuff. What happened with that?
I don't know. It's one of the 3 in the series that got taken, and they've never found it. So it's was just something that came up, and it's hanging on my wall. You
didn't sell it to him.
Like, no, for what I bought it for, they offered me. I mean, they had the expert on, and the expert told me I think like 4,000 to 5,000, and then he offered me a couple, and so I was like, yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I did it more just kind of go on the show and check it out and go to Vegas.
Dude, I saw something you had signed by like Chumlee and all of them. You got to meet the guys and stuff.
Yeah, Rick was there who filmed with me, and then they gave you like a T-shirt and an autographed book by the book's actually pretty entertaining. An autographed book by all the people in the shop, and so it was fun. Like you normally go down and film with the expert right there, but the expert was not available until the afternoon, so I had to kill some time on Fremont Street in between, my morning session and my afternoon session. So it was cool. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, I was like digging through and I saw this. I was like, dude, on Pawn Stars, this is awesome.
There's still people that will call me or text me and be like, "Oh yeah, I had the TV on in the background, and then I heard your voice." And so if you can get on YouTube and put in Woody Woodpecker Pawn Stars, and it gives you the abridged version of like it's 2 minutes long or 3 minutes long, and it's just my section that I filmed. It's pretty funny.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I got the FBI has one stolen, or why there's one on their database is stolen. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. It was interesting the way
it's very interesting. They come knock on your door.
Oh yeah, if it was that one, oh for sure. But yeah, it's kind of cool. The letter came from a doctor. A doctor in Beverly Hills actually wrote a letter to Walter Lantz and had it commissioned. So it's got like all the provenance and stuff with it, and it's just cool. I don't know. So he's like, yeah, he offered me like $2,000 for it or something, and it was a cool experience. Go Vegas, hang out, check out the behind the scenes part of the shop and kind of how all that stuff works. Yeah, right. Johnson Fremont will get you in trouble for sure. That the second half, if you watch the video with the expert, I'm about 7 or 8 big beers deep. So I'm surprised I'm not slurring my words. And yeah, it was.
I'm gonna go check that out on YouTube now. If anybody finds it out there, post the link in the chat.
Oh.
So if you guys find it on YouTube, post the link in the chat so we can check that out later. That'd be pretty neat to see. I want to see that. I know Jane's saying BSB Vegas. Did you go to Backstreet Boys in Vegas or something?
Oh,
one time I wasn't 21. I was with my ex-girlfriend. We were both 20. I think that was Mexico. Her brother stole a moped. No, we rented mopeds or we rented motorcycles or something in there. And I remember I hung out with him all night long, and then I got in trouble with my ex because we just ran around. We were underage. We had we were 21. We couldn't drink. We couldn't do nothing. So we just kind of did what underage.
Vegas, you can do anything.
Mm-hmm. The only time I've ever been to Vegas, I was 20 years old. So
you've never been back since you've been 21.
Can you imagine me in Vegas? You've seen me at shows. Can you imagine me in Vegas?
Can you imagine how fun it would be? Go there for a couple shows.
Oh man, give me some good padding though. I might have to look like the Duke and Little Giants. But the way I get hurt at shows. So all right, let me look at some other pictures that you sent over and see what else we were going to talk about. I still got one other thing I want to talk about. Yeah, I got one other thing. Well, let's just go into that. I'll upload these. So we haven't really talked much over the last 5 episodes at all, but there is kind of a sacred place in Nashville that a lot of country music singers will play, and it's been around for a long time. I mean, it's the Grand Ole Opry. Weber's seen a show at the Opry. I'm trying to see if this is the pictures he sent over. Yeah. Actually, I deleted one. Oh, well. So this is the infamous poster. And then... Oh, Jane's saying solid choice. Uh-oh. I don't know what I did. So how is church at the Opry? I mean, what is it like? I know I've seen it a couple of times, but in your words, seeing him play the Grand Ole Opry, what's it like?
Well, you can just tell how connected he is when he takes the stage anywhere. And it just seems like it takes him to a whole nother place, like just being that special. We got pretty lucky when we got tickets. We were 4th row center, and just, man, sounds amazing. And you can just tell how he feels. Like that's definitely an extremely special place for him. And when we were there was a family and parents, and I don't remember who it was. It was the kid's first time playing the Opry, and his family was there, and you could just see how like proud, and it's just an amazing place. It's like from where people first play there, it's like, okay, I'm really making it here. And oh man, hard to, just gives you chills thinking about it. Like just going back there.
I have is so when Eric released back in the day, Eric released the Lightning video, but he never released Lightning to the radio, it's the radio. He only released it as a video. And GAC played the video for a few days, and then they they pulled it, and they said it's not our cup of tea. We're not going to play it. We don't like what the video is about, what they're talking about. So GAC refused to play the Lightning video. Well, back then, GAC used to air the Tuesday Night Opry. So fast forward 3 days to the Tuesday Night Opry after they denied playing the Lightning video ever again and just took it out of rotation. Eric Church is playing the Tuesday Night Opry live on GAC. You know what song he closed with at the Ryman?
Yeah, Lightning.
You could hear a pin drop in that building. It was all by himself, no band. Jillian and I were sitting all the way up top. I'll never forget she was there because we were sitting down. And I remember looking at Jillian, hair on my arm is standing up because he's sitting there singing Lightning live on GAC after they publicly came out and said that they were not showing that video, that they were pulling the video. He closes at the Ryman, Opry at the Ryman with Lightning, and it's probably one of the coolest, like, just chilled moments. Like, I really can't explain it because it just was, everybody was just silent listening to every single lyric of that song, and the emotions was just amazing in that place. I mean, at the Ryman, it's just amazing in there.
So we went. The Opry, what he did when he did these boots, he signed a boot. It was funny. It's just so scaled down in a smaller place, and yeah, it just, man.
Do you think they'll ever ask him to join the Opry?
What's that?
You think they'll ever ask him to join the Opry?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I would think they would, but
you think he'd ever join the Opry?
that he would accept the offer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's from the time commitment, or that you have to, because you have to play how many times a year? I mean, I don't know.
4 to 6 times, but Garth is a member of the Opry. I don't ever remember him playing.
Or yeah, I mean, that's true.
I know, like, the rules are you have to play X amount of time in a year, but if you're Garth Brooks, does that rule not apply to you?
Yeah, no, you're right. I didn't think he was a member because I've never even heard of him playing.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I could swear somebody said Garth Brooks was a member of the Grand Ole Opry.
Because I know I don't think George Strait is, and I thought Garth Brooks was one of the other big names that was not. That, yeah, because he would have had to have played there, and that'd be a big announcement when if he would play there.
Like this Saturday, Dolly's playing there.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that's a special place for him to play, and I think he would probably accept it if they sent him an invitation. Who knows? Maybe they have already, and he just.
I think they have. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know anything, but I really think that they've asked him. Like, I think, I don't know.
Because the fact that he's playing there,
they look surprised when they're asked. But don't you think they have to ask or something? Because what if an artist said no?
Yeah,
you're not no in front of a live audience, are you?
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like marriage proposals.
Yeah,
you don't know if it's gonna go good or bad. You're hoping for the best, but you never know what direction it's gonna go. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, would an artist ever refuse it live like that? You'd probably get shunned from Nashville if you refuse the Opry.
Yeah,
but
I would think you'd have a pretty
band home 30 minutes before they take the CMA stage at Nissan, though. So. Well, we are about 6 minutes left with Weber. I try to keep these around an hour. I know we've ran over the last couple of weeks. I'm trying not to run over, but we'll see. I mean, I always try to admit these are over, run upstairs and tuck the kids in bed. But let's see. What else do I have? So you got one of the infamous cups too, huh? You fought for one of these for a while, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, it had been a while. That particular one I don't think is mine. I think that's Hardy's. I just posed with the picture for that, but Ben gave me one in Chicago, I think it was.
I remember when I remember you saying you got one, but
yeah, it was from Ben after the show. He kind of looked down, and I wasn't one of the ones jumping up and down and reaching up, and he kind of just looked down at me and pointed and was like, "Here you go."
Oh, there's my wife. Look at it. She said Garth Brooks is a member of the Opry, according to Google.
Okay.
So. And yeah, if Garth played the Opry, you would know. I mean, people.
Well, yeah. I mean, now the next thing is we Google and find out when he's actually played there, because he did that. He did that 10 Diamond, whatever, that free show at the Ryman, but that was last year, and they gave away tickets on like Snapchat. Like, you couldn't buy tickets to the show. It was a free one.
I tried getting tickets when he did Joe's on Weed at the Dive Bar tour, but
yeah, I hear it's pretty tough getting tickets for those shows.
I got into the Kip Moore one thanks to a couple good friends. I actually ran into him in Michigan this weekend who helped me get into the Kip Moore one, and made sure I bought him a drink. So I was like, dude, that Kip Moore show at the bar was awesome. So where's this picture? There we go. There's another one outside the Grand Ole Opry house of you.
Oh yeah, that's my brother-in-law again. Those were the two that we went to 4 years ago now, I think. It was August.
The last time he played the Opry was 2 years ago after Route 91, right?
Yeah, it wasn't that show. It was the show before that one.
Yeah, but he hasn't played since that show, has he?
I don't think so. No.
All right, I'm trying to go through all these pictures you sent over. Look at those studs right there.
That was what
you sent me this picture.
Austin.
I don't remember what this was, but tell me what.
So that was Kansas City. We were down the pit in Kansas City. I think it was the same night as we did the Jersey. It would have been Friday night, and it was when I think he gave those are his sunglasses on that kid, and he was standing right next to us, and we were kind of pulled him up there.
Not Kevin. Yeah, right.
What's that?
It wasn't the kid that got his boot signed during, was it Home My Own or whatever? His name was Kevin, or I don't know. I don't remember. I'm bad with names. I am really bad.
So yeah, that was really cool, man. The interaction between that guy had his son. I think the photo. I can't remember his name either. I know the photo. We posted the photos, and
someone in the chat has to know. Probably knows who this is, but I know like because Whiskey Riff shared it.
Yeah,
it was pretty viral. This picture. So
well, I mean, there was a few. I'm sure 10 other people took photos, and that one there's Randy, and when we were in Nashville. So that was her first show. It's been pretty cool. Like my friend Hannah, that came to the Kansas City shows. It's always pretty awesome experiencing it with people for the first time.
Oh, it is. I mean, I always love it. I mean, there'd be times when people walk up to me at shows and they were like, "Hey, how you doing?" and start talking to me. I'm like, "Man, you gotta give me a name just just so I know who you are." I mean, like I said, I'm bad with names when it comes, or bad with names and faces, but like with social media and Facebook the way it is, you walk up and tell me your Facebook name, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know you are."
Well, because you're the mayor. You're the mayor of the church choir, so
no, not at all. I mean,
no, a lot of people just know who you are.
Kevin, CF Warrior. That's what I was thinking of, Kevin. Mm-hmm. Oh, all right. Oh, Craig's on. All right, his dad is on. Cool.
Awesome.
Picture.
Yeah, there he is. There's that picture. Right on.
That's cool. Yeah, I remember that. I thought his name was Kevin, but that was really cool. Everything Eric's done. That I love what Eric's doing with the kids now. I mean, that's just kind of what I was talking about on the video they released on Sunday. Oh yeah, look, somebody got the cup in KC. His cup Friday. I got the cup Friday and Saturday in Detroit.
Both nights.
I feel bad, man. I feel bad. It's like, dude. It's like, no, give it to somebody else. But then, yeah, whatever. All right, you got to tell me about this picture you sent over.
Oh, that was at Runaway Music Festival in Orlando, which was pretty cool. I've been to a lot of Kenny shows, and Kenny and Eric played that. Played that particular show.
Two, right?
What's up?
You'd probably say Kenny's your number two.
Yeah, I got into Zach Brown quite a bit. I like Garth.
What do you think of Zach now?
Man, I respect artists for branching out and doing things and trying new stuff. I know he's under a lot of scrutiny, and dropping the F-bomb on TV probably wasn't real professional, and not a good
hotel with hookers and blow ain't either. But
I mean, and he's getting divorced. Like, he's just going through a crazy time in his life, and
I love Someone I Used to Know. I love that song. I mean, the lyrics of that song is amazing. I had a buddy, Lorelei was his wife, Greg. Greg was his name. He lived out in Tupelo. They're in church choir. I mean, I don't know if they still watch this or not, But he used to be a huge Zac Brown fan before Zac was Zac Brown, I mean, before the album and everything. And he always tried to get me to go see him. And one time I went and saw him at this little bar in Starkville, Mississippi called Rick's Cafe. And it was probably like 6 months before Chicken Fry just blew up. So it was really cool to see him. I got an autographed CD over here somewhere of Zac, but it was cool to see him in that. Runaway Country was a great weekend. I'm going to check that out. It sounds like fun.
Runaway was good. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Jennifer, I didn't do Dallas. I don't know if Weber, did you do Dallas this year?
I wasn't in Dallas. Nope.
Unfortunately. Someone, I mean, I'm not laughing at this person, but I'm laughing at the fact that you still can. So I apologize if HQ is watching, but did you see somebody was able to go on the app and actually buy a pit ticket for Dallas like last week? And then they sent
I did.
Friend saying, I'm coming to Dallas, see Eric. He goes, you mean the show in April? I'm like,
oh, man.
You can still buy a pit ticket from an April show.
There's a glitch in the system. Hopefully they reimburse that person for that.
Cool. I'm sure they will. It was an honest mistake. It's funny because I can see myself doing. I mean, I know some people might laugh at the situation. Like, how did you know it was an April show? Dude, I could see myself doing that. You log into the site, you see a pit ticket, you're going to jump on that thing no matter.
Oh, yeah. You get excited over it for sure.
People I know apply for meet and greets for shows that they're not going to. But if Tuesday came and they got a meet and greet, they're now going to the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know a good handful of people that do that, and they'll apply for a meet and greet for every show. And if they finally get one, all right, last minute, we're going to the show. Let's go.
Oh, so I'm not a huge festival person, but I'm looking forward to next year in South Carolina. I think that's going to be a pretty incredible. I don't know who the third, because I think it's Luke and Eric, and I don't think they've announced the third headliner yet. But
is that Myrtle Beach?
Pretty amazing, yeah, down in Myrtle Beach. So I checked. Hotels right now are not bad at all. So probably the earlier.
Fast guy, but Luke and Eric together would be pretty cool. So Luke's just blowing up. I mean, he's gonna be Garth. I mean, Luke is gonna be the biggest thing in country music. I mean, he already is, but the way he's just, oh God, the dude's perfect. And everything he's doing is right on. He has a badass songwriters on with him. And this overweight, scruffy-faced redneck is just taking over country, and I love it.
And he's great in concert too. He's engaged.
Wearing overweight redneck is taking over, and I was loving this shit. Sorry. Yeah, I'm a huge Luke Combs fan. I really love Luke. Rowdy and his band. Back in the day, I used to go to Coyote Joe's in Charlotte to see church, and Rowdy was there with Luke was there. I think it was during the Outsiders tour when Eric played Coyote Joe's, the acoustic one. If you look at a photo, there's a photo looking out into the crowd that the radio station took, and Luke Combs is standing in the front row in a brown Eric Church shirt. Coolest photo I've ever seen. And my buddy Mike Murphy's rocking out right next to Luke during the show. And Luke's just in the front row doing One of Us, man. Like he was one of us at one point. And then this dude can sing. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to the new album. I'm a Luke fan. So this guy he's a powerhouse, man.
And he's from, you listen to his interviews, the way he talks on stage. I mean, you can tell he's a legit, genuine, cares about his fans, is a good dude. And anybody I've talked to that's met him said, he'll ask you questions and is very, very curious about people. And so
I met him twice. And first time I ever met him, he's wearing the App State Eric Church hat. So like I started talking about that, and I showed him my arm and the tattoo, and him and I, it was a meet and greet line. They were trying to get me to move along, but Luke's like, no, talk to me for a minute. Because we were just talking about Eric Church. You get Luke Combs talking about Eric Church, he doesn't stop. So, I mean, that's his idol, and it's cool. There's another guy out of Nashville I shared maybe a month or two back, Skylar Anderson. Amazing singer. He also writes with Jonathan Singleton a lot. And he's from the same area. And that's another one that looks up to Eric Church a lot. Dude has a Jack Daniels tattoo on his arm. So he fits right in with us, but he's a diehard Eric Church fan. I mean, that's his idol. He looks up to him, but you can tell in his music. He does a really badass reggae version of Hometown, too.
Nice.
He puts it in the middle of Springsteen, dude. Like, he plays Springsteen. In the middle of Springsteen, he goes into a reggae version of Hometown. Pretty legit, if you ever get a chance to see this guy. So, all right, we're already 5 minutes over, and I got to do this hot seat before we wrap things up. Let's see. So Weber told me earlier today that he hasn't seen any of the other episodes at the end, so he wasn't prepared for what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is you got 60 seconds, and it's just going to be by some music, and we're going to see how many questions you could get in 60 seconds. Some are Eric Church related, some are off the wall, just stupidity. If you just want to giggle at one of them or two of them and not answer, you don't have to.
Pass.
One of them could have been a question from the guys chat that we have.
Okay.
But you never know. So you never know what kind of questions you're going to get. And a couple of them actually do have pictures that go with them. So that's always fun.
Sweet.
Let's see. Let's go ahead and put your 60 seconds on the clock. All right. You're on Island. You're taking one Eric Church album. What album are you taking?
I would take Sinners.
One piece of memorabilia you're looking for.
That I'm looking for. The Lightning poster from South Carolina, I believe it is.
One song Eric Church has never covered that you want to hear him cover.
Oh, jeez. I don't know. How about Welcome to the Jungle? I haven't heard him do that one.
Oh, God, that'd be good. Oh, all right. One venue in the world that you want to see Eric Church play.
Mandalay out in Vegas. I'd like to see that one. Saw Garth there. It was pretty awesome. Great venue.
How many Mr. and Misunderstood Blue albums do you own?
36, I believe, still.
I thought that was going to be one you were going to laugh at. Your 60 seconds is up. You got through 5 questions, and you're like, how does people only get through 7?
I know, right?
But we're still going to ask you the rest of them just because they're fun.
Okay.
And I think the rest of them, the last 3 have pictures to go for them. But yeah, so you guys don't know. If you're ever looking for Mr. M Blue album, the European, contact Weber. Because this guy controls the market on them. He's like,
not true. I've helped people out looking for them, trading stuff, and I don't sell them online.
You don't. I'm just giving you crap. What is a longer pit run? The Gorge or Austin, Texas?
I would say, well, they're probably pretty close, but the Gorge, they at least stopped you halfway through so you could get a break. Austin, it was a continuous run all the way through. So, and then the second night at the Gorge seemed forever because I was actually injured from the night before. So I'd probably say Austin only because they broke up.
Todd in the Gorge. Todd, you cheated on the second night, though. You know, that doesn't count. Todd got in the side door on the second night, him and Alex.
Oh, yeah, they did. But hey, you know what, though? Alex helped us out. So
yeah, Alex is a hell of a guy. Todd's
big props to Alex for that.
A good crowd that second night in the Gorge. That was amazing. Mm-hmm. Jillian in Austin. Yeah, Jillian was in Austin, but you didn't run, Jillian. I ran in Austin. I ran in Gorge, too. So I almost lost my pants in Austin because they almost fell around my ankles, and Wheeler was laughing at me because I had flip-flops on. But oh, you missed it Saturday night, dude. Saturday night, I enjoyed the show Saturday night with my popcorn and kicked my shoes off. We'll talk about that show later. On Saturday night, I had some fun. All right, we're gonna move on. We're doing the hot seat. Weber made it through 5 questions in the 60 seconds. We are still asking him the other one. So this next question, if you just want to laugh at it and not answer it, you don't have to. But if you want to answer it right, you can because it did come from the guys' chat. So any questions come from that chat, you kind of probably know it's all right. Have you ever slept in an igloo before?
No, I've never slept in an igloo. All right, and I can guess who that question came from.
Todd, right? I'm telling you, we figured it.
I know a couple.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know a couple people that probably have slept in an igloo, but no, I unfortunately have not.
Yes, Todd, that is phenomenal. Because Weber, all right, this is how the Gorge went. On Friday night, Weber did the run. And then we came back. I was camping next to you, and you said, well, there's some people that beat me at the bottom of the hill. They came in this side door. I'm like, well, we got to figure out where that side door is. And well, Todd figured it out, but we didn't. Mm-hmm. I would have paid the $20.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Anytime we go there again, that's definitely the play.
I still had fun though. I had a blast. It was a hell of a show. So, all right, 100%. Jump back on these questions. Rarest bottle of Jack Daniels that you own?
Probably, I have a 1983 Jack, the old, kind of like the bottle I brought to Kara's when we were at Omaha.
Mhm.
Just totally tastes different. I'm looking for one. One of the guys that is a squire that I met out in San Diego has a bottle. I was buying some things from him, and he said, "Hey, I'm wearing 76. I got a bottle of 76. You want to try? You want some?" So I know it's kind of a thing. People have, a bottle from the birth of their child, but he has one from whenever he meets fellow squires. He'll give you a pour of. But I've yet to find a bottle from 77. So I'm still
Yeah.
But cool. Yeah, probably that. Just an older, not a crazy expensive bottle, but
And I've seen, well, Spencer did it. I have the photos saved, but a lot of people this tour have been getting bottles engraved for their kids, but for their date of their 21st birthday. So I got one from the bar for Jackson. I mean, I got it from my diaper party 5 years ago when he was born. I was like, I might do that next time I get down to Lynchburg, is actually get each of my kids a bottle and just put it away. So. All right, you do. If anybody follows David Weber on Facebook, you see some really cool photos. I pulled some other ones. For some reason, they didn't come over, but he does a lot of traveling. So you work for an insurance company. I know you do. You do claims, right?
Yeah, residential. You get
the world on your own too. I mean, well, you've been single for a long time. I mean, that could be a good thing and a bad thing. I mean, good things you get to travel a lot. Bad things because you're single. But
sure.
It's funny. When I was doing my questions earlier, my 10 questions, I asked Jillian, I'm like, hey, give me a question for Weber. She goes, ask him why he's still single. I'm like, well, actually, he's not.
Yeah. That's been a recent development. So, yeah, a few of you guys have met Randy and Nashville.
She was awesome. So, yeah, down in Nashville, she was awesome. I mean, they're halfway through the night. You guys probably could have checked out to your hotel room a little early, but no, I'm joking. That was a fun night of karaoke, though. So, you've traveled. Where's the coolest place you've ever seen?
Oh man, for my 40th birthday, we flew into Amsterdam and then went to Munich for Oktoberfest. That was a pretty good time. That picture there, my sister and I hiked Half Dome last year in Yosemite, so that was pretty awesome. We're getting ready to go. Her and I are hiking Mount Whitney in California, like the 17th through the 21st of October. So
I'm gonna do one of those with you one year. I want to climb a mountain.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to climb a mountain. So one of these years, I'm gonna lose about another 30 pounds. I've lost about 20 in 3 months. I'm gonna lose about another 30, and I'm gonna start working out, and then I'm gonna climb a mountain with you. That's my plan.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's my short-term goals, 5-year goals. In 5 years, I'm climbing a mountain with David Weber. All right,
do it.
Question before we log off tonight. This has been a fun one. For Halloween this year, are you dressing as a porn star?
Oh man, that Guns N' Roses t-shirt is we went on when I lived in San Diego. One of my old roommates was getting married, and it was a bachelor party, and we did a stash bash, and there was about 19 or 20, not really 20 of us, and everybody had different mustaches, and yeah, everybody says I look like Lieutenant Dangle off Reno 911, like that, and then yeah, the Top Gun one, that was I
was wondering, porn star or pilot for Halloween this year?
Porn star or pilot? I have to work on. I have the beard and the goatee growing, so maybe porn star.
That is hilarious. Man, Dave, this has been awesome, dude. Catching up with you. I want to tell you once again in front of everybody, thank you. For a lot of you guys that don't know, I'm a diehard Cubs fan. I was born a diehard Cubs fan. My grandfather was a diehard Cubs fan. My whole life, I loved the Chicago Cubs. In 2016, they won the World Series for the first time in 100 years. And I got this beat down Wrigley. But before that, was it 2015? Was it a year before that? Or was it the same year? It was the same year, wasn't it?
It was the same year because it was the divisional. It was a divisional series. Yeah.
Game 2, divisional series against the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
I got a call, I think, the day before the game, and Weber was in Chicago with an extra ticket. He actually took me to the only Chicago Cubs playoff game I've ever seen in my life, and I still am. I'm forever indebted to you and thankful for that. And thank you for taking me, man.
Oh, absolutely. That was
a lot of
fun.
fun, and that was really cool, dude. I really appreciate you taking me because I've can never have seen afford that on my own.
I wish you could have been there the night before when Montero hit the pinch hit grand slam.
I was seeing Buster that night, and I watched it on TV. I'll never forget. I was at a bar, Joe's Live in Rosemont, seeing Tucker Beathard play, watching the Cubs game, and seeing Montero hit that grand slam.
Yeah, man, crazy.
So there's that
fond memories.
I pulled this photo too. I love that picture.
Yeah, I played Columbia. That was 2000 and summer of 2016, I think. And somebody had posted it up and wearing the Mizzou, sporting the Mizzou gear. Pretty sweet. So that was the college towns are always fun shows.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All the time. So, well, man, I want to appreciate you, you coming on and spend some time. I know we had swap it with Spencer last week, but, I appreciate it, man. We might have to follow up next year because I think we have a lot more that we could probably at least go in our 45 minutes just talking about some BS and some fun stuff.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Into the dirt. No.
Thanks for having me. And,
I appreciate it. You've been one of in the choir, one of my closest friends for a long time. I really appreciate everything you've done for me and everything we've got to do together. I really look forward to many more shows with you, dude, because it's always a hell of a good time when you're around. So
yeah, I agree. Are you done this year or are you going to any more shows?
Unless things change really quick for me. Yeah, I'm probably gonna slow down for this year. I'll be done for this year. I really want to do DC. I really want to, just because it's a small venue. So I really would love to do DC, but I mean, everybody know, or a lot of people know that I'm currently not working, so I gotta get a job, and that's why I was able to go to a lot of shows this year, is because I was not working this year, and I need to get back to work. So I'm ready to. I'm gonna go crazy about these kids another day. No, I've been very fortunate to be able to stay home this summer with Avery and Jackson, and it's been amazing. It's everything a dad could ever hope for. So
yeah, I'm sure they loved having you
around. Do that, and I can never thank her enough for that. But now I'm ready. I've stayed home long enough. I'm ready to get back out there and get my hands dirty.
Right on. Well, thanks for doing this, man. I'm sure I speak on behalf of all the choir members and everybody out there listening. It's pretty cool. Kind of hear everybody's stories, get different perspectives of different points in time when people kind of join the crew, and it's pretty awesome. So,
and going into 2020, we're gonna have a lot of newer people. I definitely want people that came along at different times of Eric's career. So I want somebody that may just saw him one time. I want somebody that is pro NRA, that read the Rolling Stone article, that hates Eric Church. I just want to talk to him. I want to have a friendly debate with him and just talk with this guy. I mean, I might have to have Johnson as my co-host because I need some good words to battle him, because Johnson's damn good with that. But I mean, I don't know about that, but I want to have a discussion with somebody that does not like Eric Church on this podcast, just to see why. See why did he rub you the wrong way or anything else? So, but
I think we're gonna have a hard time finding somebody.
Just reshare that article.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Reshare that article. It'll come back real quick. So, but I haven't seen any of the backlash yet from it. I mean, he sells out every single night. He's playing 2 nights a week, and if this guy does not win Entertainer of the Year on November 13th, there's something wrong.
There's a biker in Sturgis right at the end of the pit who was holding the magazine up and this NRA sign, and there are a couple people at that show.
He won't sign the front of the magazine no more.
What?
He won't sign the front of the magazine anymore.
Or yeah, he'll sign the back of it.
he's seen too many of them on eBay for sale.
Oh, really?
I heard Eric saw too many Rolling Stones on eBay for sale. So if anybody brings him to the concerts and he grabs them now, he signs the back of the magazine. He doesn't sign the front anymore. He refuses to sign the front because he got tired of people selling his shit on eBay.
I don't blame him.
I don't either. So, well, man, it's been great. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go tuck the kids in bed and make sure everything's going good. So,
all right, man.
We'll talk soon, man. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, let's do it. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Thanks, man.
Later.
So thank you guys so much tonight. We went 20 minutes over, almost the longest show we've had yet. And this is a fun one because we got to talk some memorabilia. We got to talk Eric on the Opry. We got to talk a little Grand Rapids. So it's been a couple great days. Grand Rapids Saturday night was both those shows were great. I'm already missing it, guys. It's been a great year. Like I said, I'm officially done. Unless I could get to DC this year, I'm officially done for the year. I got to get everything back together. So I'll be back around next year and see what happens with festivals and the next tour. I have a bad feeling the next tour stadiums. So yeah, he didn't sign many fronts, Johnson. Yeah, or those Rolling Stones. But after the next album, I have a feeling Eric's going straight to stadium. So things are going to be changing a lot. But as long as we keep this family atmosphere in the choir, we're all good here. So cheers to everybody in the church choir. It's been a great year. We've had fun. Next week, I got my buddy, Mr. Jason Speed, coming on. He's been kind of gone the last couple of years, but we're going to see where he's been and what he's been doing. So thank you, guys.
The Gainin Fast on Memphis podcast with Aaron Shriver celebrates the music